Support for WYES is made possible by Mary Lou Kristovich in memory of her husband, William Kristovich.
Hi, I'm Ronnie Kole, and you're watching WYES in New Orleans.
Good evening. I'm Peggy Scott Laborde, and welcome to Steppin Out, spotlighting the New Orleans area's arts and entertainment scene. Seated at our table tonight, Poppy Tucker, host of the radio program Louisiana Eats, airing twice weekly on WWNO Radio. Hello, dear.
Hi, Peg.
Hi. So delighted to have with us tonight jazz pianist, jazz great Ronnie Kole, who'll be performing for us a little later in the evening. Good to see you, sir.
Thank you, but I'm why didn't you bring some samples of the food?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, it's
Next
virtual.
time.
It's virtual. And speaking of Ron's here, photographer Ron Calamia, here to discuss his new book, Fantastic Saints, all about rabid Saints fans. Okay, welcome, welcome.
Thank you, Faye.
And Alex Mason returns next week. But first up, Poppy.
Big news. We just have to make sure everybody in the world has heard that Dixie beer is back. And yay, I know. And Joseph and Kendra Bruno and Tom and Gayle Benson got together to have a toast with Dixie beer, the place where I know it's going to be everywhere soon, but right now I know that it's on bottle and on tap already at Parkway Bakery.
Great photo.
Isn't that adorable?
A bakery that serves beer?
Parkway Bakery. What else are you going to have with your poor boy? And our next big news, talk about toasting. Congratulations to Herbsaint. They were just awarded the prestigious Wine Spectator Award. And of course, manager Joe Briand carefully curates the wine selection there. Every meal I've ever had is so divine. And that, you know, Donald Link, that was his very first, and it's lunch, dinner. I'd never say no to an invitation to eat at Herbsaint. And speaking of Donald Link, he and his partner, Steven Strajewski, who of course also have the Link Strajewski Foundation, just announced that they're going to do a series of dinners that are going to be fundraisers for their foundation. And the first one's coming up on Saturday, August the 19th. It'll be held at Cochin. The theme is a Louisiana Saturday night, and Rick Slave's Country Persuasion will provide the musical entertainment. He's also a meat guy. Rick Slave is a top charcuterie fella. The dinner's described as champagne, whiskey, fried chicken, summer sides, and pies. And so some of the yummy things they'll be serving, peaches and arugula with country ham. The fried chicken's going to come with a Louisiana rice salad, a tomato pie, grits with chicken drippings, and a hard-boiled egg salad.
Why didn't you bring some samples?
I'm sorry. Peggy should have warned you you'd be hungry.
That's right. That's
Dessert, peach chocolate chess and sweet potato pecan pie. And of course, there'll be good champagne and very fine whiskey served all night. $75 only. And for
That's
such,
a deal.
it's going to be a fun time. Then talk about fun. There's a new exhibit that has just opened at the Southern Food and Beverage Museum, and it's called Shakers, Knives, and Irons by photographer Romney Caruso. The theme is tattooed bartenders and chefs.
That's a great idea.
Now, for those of you who cannot get enough of Ron Sanchez, Romney's portraits are all for sale in various sizes. So you could bring Ron home with you if you'd like. There's Justin Coleman, Ryan Hagler is included, Scott Langford, but one of my favorites, you know, you see Isaac Toops and you'd expect him to be tattooed. Well, his only big tattoo is the one on his back. It's an alligator. And Isaac's working on a cookbook, and I have heard that tattooed alligator back is going to be the back cover of the cookbook. I can't can't wait to see it. And what's really great, about going there is that you can eat and drink while you're enjoying the exhibit, because Tube South, is right in the building, just adjacent, and they have a happy hour every day from 3 until 6 p.m.
My kind of place.
Monday is your day there, Ronnie, because it's happy hour all day with $6 cocktails, $4 beer, $5 wine, and $5 small plates.
Ooh.
And then...
It's got to be Monday somewhere, Gardner.
Well, my favorite on the happy hour menu is Bubbles and Crack, which is a glass of cava with a bowl of cracklins. And if you've never had his cracklins,
what a great combination.
You've never lived.
That sounds pretty good to me.
And then also, they have really great wine there. And they have Wine Wednesdays, where you get 2-for-1 glasses of wine and specially priced $25 bottles. So you can go to Tube South, you can carry it over next door and enjoy everything. It's so fab, and it's just so much fun.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you.
I'm getting lightheaded just thinking about the wine.
Well, Ronnie, so much to talk about. We could fill the whole show, of course. What some folks may not know is who brought you to New Orleans.
My mother. No.
From Chicago originally, of course.
Al Hurt.
That is so
my
amazing.
mentor.
Wonderful trumpeter.
Yeah, we had met and became acquaintances and friends, and he's the one that said, you got to come down and open up your own. No, you got to come down and I want you to be my house band. And so.
There you go. And eventually you opened your own club.
Yeah, actually, I was under contract with some things, and I had a week to go in Nashville, and so I couldn't open his club up for him. So he got some sax player, Boots Randolph, something
like that,
to take my place. Boots, I'm kidding wherever you are.
But as we know, eventually you opened your own. And the list is so long. You were very much in the forefront of the French Quarter Festival and helping to put together the music for that.
Well, I was one of the founding members.
The Easter Seal Society raised a lot of money and continue to do that.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we're, my wife Gardner and I are very involved with Easter Seal, the state society.
But so many things. I just think about you being one of those consummate Orleanians, because this is your adopted home, but you've been here for a long time, haven't you?
Yes. yeah. All.
The other thing, and Poppy and I were kind of chatting about this, is one of your hobbies, shall we say, is
wine.
How many bottles do you have?
I think we have about 1,500 in our cellar inside.
Why didn't you bring samples?
That's right. Where's your samples?
Well, I hate
remember
to be. I don't want to lie, so I'll tell you the truth. I did bring some samples, but Gardner, my wife, and I drank them at lunch.
Oh well, that's okay. Not a problem.
If you believe that, you believe anything.
That's right. We should say though, so many things that you have going on, but RonnieKole.com is your website.
That's it.
You have numerous CDs out, which are available directly at your website or also on Amazon and different places.
Right.
But the other thing is, if people think that you just perform in New Orleans, that's not so, because for so many years you performed all over the world, didn't you? Lots of times in France.
I really perform most of the time out of town. Although I will say, last night we played out at the City Park, the Thursday Twilight concert, which we've done for the past couple of years. But it's so funny that no one thinks about, hey, let's get Ronnie Kole,
Yeah,
and I don't know whether they think I'm too snobbish or I cost too much. I mean, I get a lot of freebies.
That's right. No, you are
and a couple of them I have to pay
generous.
people for.
No. But you're extremely generous with your time. Just very quickly, a memory of Al Hurt. It's so nice to even be talking about Al Hurt. Any nice memories in particular?
Well, first of all, it was a class act and unbelievable musician. You had to know Cincinnati Conservatory. I mean, he was classically trained. But just a great player, a great showman, and I really learned a lot from him, watching him play and with the showmanship thing and the talking and clowning around as opposed to just standing up.
Yeah, he is sorely missed. And one more memory. We are about to, thankfully, you're going to be playing your signature song, Amazing Grace. Tell us about what it was like to play for the Pope at the Papal Mass in 1987.
Well, he told me he was so honored to... Forgive me.
Pope John Paul II, we should say.
It was mind-boggling, and the thing, as great as it was to have this song, that's really my signature song, but to play it for His Holiness Pope John Paul II was unbelievable. But add to that, doing it the way I had always in my mind envisioned it, and that was with a full orchestra, which I'd done many times, with a choir, which I'd done quite a few times, but never with the two together. And because actually I have like a choir part, it's a secondary melody where they're singing Jesus Christ, like the Superstar thing, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ. When I play with my left hand, I don't think anyone really realizes, what this is, just another line. But that's it. And in the last chorus, where all of a sudden the voices all come out and the whole orchestra, and then you go out with the Lord's Prayer. And
well,
I get goosebumps just thinking about it.
We're getting goosebumps too, and we appreciate that you're going to play this for us tonight. And now, though,
why didn't you bring the choir and orchestra in? What's the matter with you?
We'll let you go and do that. Okay, so we're looking forward to now what is very special. And we should say tonight we also have our studio audience member, Gardner Cole, Mrs. Cole here. So she's there you go. And now let's hear Ronnie Kole play his signature song, Amazing Grace. Just a reminder that Ronnie's CDs are available on his website, ronniekole.com, or you can email him. Ronnie would love to hear from you, roncole@aol.com. And now to Ron Calamia, and time for a brand new season of the Saints. And this time, though, a book about fanatics, or the fantastic. Tell us about your book. Now, we should say you were a longtime photographer in New Orleans and have done, and it turns out, did one of Ronnie's album covers, so it's a small world. But tell us about your book.
Well, you know, I've been fortunate enough to photograph on the sidelines for the last 10 years. And in the last couple of years, I just started to realize how many, and I didn't even realize then, how many fans there are that dress up every week for the games. Excuse me. You see the most popular ones that get on TV, but I didn't even have any idea how many were in the dome spread around that go through these elaborate costumes and spend so much of their time making them. And it was just inspiring, and I said, you know, it's sad that people at home don't see these, so why not do a book on it?
Now, my understanding is that you went around to them and you would put up your own mini, what we call green screen. That is something that definitely you see, like in the weather and all. But so you created the background later, but you took the photos. So these were where they were at the Dome, or did you go to their houses? How did you work this out?
Well, there was an event in Mississippi.
And there's little JJ. Look at
little JJ, who were auctioning some books at him at the event. It would be wonderful. He's a wonderful guy, and his father's, they've started an amazing foundation. Anyway, but some of it started in Mississippi, and one of the first ones was a guy that had flown in from Rhode Island and was staying in a hotel, and then one was a guy that has a little trailer down in Lafitte, Louisiana, so it was just wherever I could get them together and go to them and get them to do it. You know?
Now, you're having quite the launch of this, aren't you?
Yes, we are. Yeah. It's kind of aggressive, and I'm excited about it. You know, we're having a book release and gallery show, and the gallery show will be fine art prints of all the photographs from the book, poster size. We'll be doing a silent auction for those, and we're going to have the Storyville Jazz Band there to play a little bit. They wander around the Dome during the games, and they're graciously coming. And we're also going to be auctioning 5 books off for Little JJ's charity. They'll be signed by all the fans, all the Saints fans in the book that are there.
For the folks who've never heard of if you're meeting Little JJ through your photo tonight for the first time, there's a charity because of his illness.
A young man in New Orleans who was in a coma for over a year, and then when his parents kind of said it was time to pull it, he came out of it, and then he spent the last 14 years looking for a kidney transplant, got it recently, and he just won the Jimmy Valvano Award at the ESPYs. So it's an amazing achievement for a young man, the youngest ever, you know. So anybody who goes to your event, it's $35 and above, but you get a book. So that's the whole idea. And of course, you'll be the first one. You'll be the first one to get the new book. Yeah. And eventually, these books will be available at bookstores, I'm assuming too. I have worked out. We're going to have the first bookstores. Garden District will have them. In the rink, and also, but our primary source is go to the website, which is fantasticsaints.com, and they'll be available there. We can deliver them to you in 3 days in the mail, and they'll be available the Monday for shipment, the Monday after the event, which is the event. Do you autograph them? I will autograph yours. So some of the fans, though, will be at that night. So most of the fans are coming. If you're a fan of the fans, and they'll be in costume. So it may be the first time that they've ever been in one space together, other than a game, where they actually can get to meet each other. So it almost seems like you could have a fashion show on stage because it's the Performing Arts Center. I guess that's what's going to evolve. No, we don't have the theater, but they'll be marching around a little bit. We're hoping maybe a second line or something. Very good. And once again, your website? The website is fantasticsaints.com, and you can go there. And also, we're on at Fantastic Saints on Facebook, where we're doing a daily post about the event. Well, congratulations. We're excited for you. And New Orleans Magazine's quiz queen, Julia Street, has a question for us. Last time, Elaine and Ed Schlesinger named 3 current New Orleans streetcar routes other than the St. Charles Avenue route: Canal, Riverfront, and Rampart. Now, tonight's question. One snowball stand is named after a street. Another has long stood on the corner of Tchoupitoulas and Bordeaux. Name them. Email your answers to steppinout@wyes.org. Our prizes: a year's subscription to Louisiana Life magazine. And we have an apron with the message, peace, love, and vegetables, from our friends at wearablevegetables.com.
Also, a $50 gift certificate from our friends at Kitchen Witch Cookbooks on Bayou Road, and a New Orleans Public Service Transit Token T-shirt, as worn by WYES production assistant Burke Bischoff. Public Service is the company that used to supply electricity and operate the transit in New Orleans. And this is artist Skip Boland's brand new T-shirt line. So go to NewOrleansPublicService.com. You can visit WYES.org for our online calendar to see we've got our lineup of events, and of course you can watch us on our YouTube channel. You can link to the YouTube to view our program. And now it's time for our picks. Poppy.
Well, on Thursday there is going to be another new opening at SoFab. The Red Bean City exhibit opens, and it's going to kick off with a panel discussion led by Ryan Fertel. Leah Chase will be there, Vince Hayward of Camellia Beans, and me.
All right, sounds good. Ronnie, once again, that website, sir.
Well, Ron Kole, I don't know what the hell the website is.
Just type in Ronnie Kole, right?
Yeah,
and then
Kole with a K.
Okay, and then you've got Jazz in the Bayou coming up in March, another fundraiser.
Yeah, that comes up,
That'll be great.
I think it's the 24th and 25th, something like that.
March,
The third
yeah.
weekend in March, and this will be our 26th year. We've given...
Helping the Easter Seals and other charities,
hundreds
too.
and hundreds of thousands of dollars.
God bless you and Gardner,
charity.
you bet. And Ron.
I recommend the Big Easy Mafia. Go to their website. They have a lot of charitable events for Saints fans.
Okay, and now I've got lots of my own picks too. Photographer Sarah Essex Bradley signs her new book, Dog Decor, Canines Living Large, with a discussion and signing tomorrow at Octavia Books starting at 1 p.m. And author John Bicknell will sign his new book, Lincoln's Pathfinder, John C. Fremont and the Violent Election of 1856. That's on Sunday at 2 p.m. at Garden District Bookshop. There'll be a brief discussion with Bicknell. Musician James Singleton and comedian Chris Champagne performed together Sunday night at 8 at the Silky Satin Lounge on Hagen Avenue. And Tulane's Summer Lyric Theater presents Gypsy. That's next weekend at Tulane's Dixon Hall. That's Thursday, August the 3rd, opening night, and the production runs through Sunday, August the 6th. Some exciting news this week from our friends at the Historic New Orleans Collection. They are announcing all of their tricentennial events coming up, including an exhibit on the city's earliest days, one on local art from the 50s to the present, the renovation of the Seignouret-Brulatour courtyard, the old Channel 6 on Royal. It's a brand new museum space, and there's also a free symposium about the tricentennial coming up in March. Go to hnoc.org for more information on all of that. And we just wanted to wish Tom Gregory, our wonderful director and producer here, a very good luck on everything. He's starting his own company, but we'll miss him. And we thank him so much for all of his efforts with Steppin Out and numerous other programs here. We wish you well, Tom. Best of luck. And now, once again, here's Ronnie Kole playing Manuel de Falla's The Ritual Fire Dance. Thanks so much for watching. Good night.